Alright, so you can click on the campaigns that you want, and you can go filter by selection, so it just makes it easier to see. I just didn't select them all. Cool, so we're on campaign level. If you want to see the ad performance, not the ad set, but the ad here. So we go on ads level, and it's important to name them correctly. So or name them just like understandably. So I didn't really do that last time because I was kind of doing it just myself. But say they were all named correctly, and because these are all the same, but they have different purposes. See, this is a split test. Um, but yeah, for the coming campaigns, we're definitely going to name them correctly, and each kind of ad will have their own separate name. So when it comes to seeing what ads doing best, we know that inside maybe this has a different heading, this has a different headline, etc. But pretend they all were different. Actually, for this purpose, I'm just going to select all different ones, and we can kind of see which one did best. So filter by selection. So here, let me see. All right. So here, let's pretend that these are the three ads we're running. Here is where we can customize all these columns, right? So I like to, you can set up and save kind of presets. So here I've got a KPI preset, and that's kind of like our KPIs, obviously. So are we meeting the benchmarks? Are we getting the right number of ads to cart, etc.? And that just makes things more efficient, other than having to go in here and add ads to cart, add to, and stuff like that. But obviously you have different optimizations for different objectives. So let's pretend this objective was conversions. So for this purpose, I'm going to delete all these. And then you think to yourself, all right, what do I want to see? I want to see the start date. I want to see the objective just to double check, and you can move them. I want to see the amount spent. I want to see the cost per click, cost per result, and then cost per click too. And CPC. See the frequency. I want to see the post engagement. I want to see the click-through rate, and click-through rate means like the rate of someone seeing your ad to actually clicking through. Any more? So if it's a video, these are really important. You do like 3-second view, and that we count that as like an average view because the average view is 3 seconds. And then you can see people who've watched 25, 50, 75, 95% of the video, etc. So let's just get these metrics to kind of compare each ad. So here you can also change them. So the order, you'll see them in, and I actually think this is quite powerful because it just makes things easier. So I'm just going to explain anything that might not make sense. So cost per result is the cost per optimized result we were optimizing to. So say we're optimizing towards landing page views, it's got to go get the cost, and it's got to get how many landing page views, and it's got to divide that, and that's what the cost per result is. CPC is the cost per click, so it's got to get the total amount spent, and it's going to divide it by the link clicks. Frequency is how many times someone's seen your ad, and that actually builds up each week. So usually it's 1 a week, but if the campaign's been up for longer than a week, then it could be 2 a week. A good kind of benchmark to be at is around 2 to 3 times a week, where you're not annoying them too much, the customer, but they're still seeing your ad kind of constantly, and you're constantly in their mind. Post engagement is also important because we can kind of see what ads engaging the best, and then click through rates. I like to put all the kind of like cost pers and click through rates and stuff like that there. and then these two at the end, and then always keep the kind of start date, amount spent, and objective at the start. So then you go apply and see now all these tables are exactly matching what we kind of chose. So here we can see the objective, yes, conversions. It starts, usually I put an end date too, but this campaign we didn't set an end date, it was just like $5 a day. Anyway, so we can see the amount spent. This one didn't get approved, so it's probably not the best example, but let's compare these. So you can see like link clicks, this one got 72 compared to this one, and the cost per result was a lot lower, so this one did a lot better. CPC, so cost per link click, is a lot lower. Click-through rate, a lot higher. So this one's just outperforming this one, like with no comparison. But here we can also delve down deeper, so we can kind of see the age and gender. Obviously it's going to be female, but we can just do the age, sorry. So say we did kind of see this as the best performing ad. We can then see what ages are performing the best. So we can see that 18 to 24 got 13 link clicks, and then 25-year-olds to 34-year-olds got 16 link clicks at a cost per result of 0.56. So that's a pretty good result, and that's the most. But then you got 45 to 55, 45 to 54 high link clicks, and then you got to ask yourself, who could that be? Could be just, even though we are targeting females only, it could just be, I don't know, some weird men who've put themselves as female on Facebook. So yeah, break it down by age, as well as all these cost pers, etc. You remove breakdowns, and then you can go by platform. So we run it through Instagram and Facebook, an audience network, and then you can see what platform performed best and optimize towards that. And then, I mean, there's heaps. So clear breakdowns. You can see if we've done multiple ads, you can see the carousel ads, how they've done the video, if people have actually turned on the sound. It's crazy. But these are the best ones. And then you can also go placement. So this one's a big one. So with Facebook kind of improving its AI, it's recommended now that you kind of put automatic placements instead of edit placements, and that Facebook will kind of optimize towards the best placement that's working for you. So if you limit yourself to just newsfeed, then Facebook's like obviously just going to limit itself to just newsfeed, and there's only going to be one kind of optimization it's going to make. But if you were to put it through stories, newsfeed, in-stream, marketplace, etc., and let's pretend that marketplace was doing better, then it's going to put more money into there. Facebook's going to know that. But obviously most of the time, newsfeed does do the best, so it puts more money into that. So a lot of people think that if you do choose all automatic placements, that it's going to spend evenly, and Facebook's going to take your money. That's not true. They're just doing it to see what kind of works, and then once the algorithm know what works, it's going to spend a lot more money in that particular placement. So yeah, that's kind of top line, how to optimize and to kind of see what ads performing best, and then from here, then we go create more content similar to that, and then there's a lot more towards that, but that's top line. So if we remove this one more time, we can clearly see that this ad did a lot better than this ad, and we're not really comparing this because it didn't get approved, but just in link clicks, in cost per result, in cost per link click, etc. And that's real simply how